Money is not a stranger to you. It is not an enemy, nor is it a distant visitor that occasionally wanders into your life by accident. Money is energy, alive, responsive, vibrating, waiting to be directed and called by you. Just as you call a friend by name and they turn toward you, so too does money respond when you address it with recognition, with clarity, with affection. Every word you speak about money is a command, a prayer, a declaration, and the universe, vast and intelligent, hears it all. To call your money by name is to awaken your relationship with it, to make it personal, to make it intimate, to make it faithful in your world. For money, like all things, listens to the vibration of attention, and when you give it loving, respectful attention, it will never turn from you. We live in a universe that does not know separation. Everything you see is woven from the same thread of consciousness. The same intelligence that breathes through your lungs is the same intelligence that spins the stars. Money is simply a condensed form of that intelligence. It is energy that has agreed to take on a form in your dimension so that you can exchange, create, move, and expand. But so many treat money as if it were stone, cold and distant, forgetting that behind its form lies the breath of life. When you call your money by name, when you personalize it, when you welcome it like a companion, you unlock its flow. You invite it to dance into your world, not as something you chase, but as something you attract with grace and certainty. Think for a moment of someone you love deeply. You do not call them by eat. You call them by their name, and when you do, their presence lights up. That is what money craves from you, to be seen, to be addressed, to be treated as a living friend who desires to serve your highest good. When you assign a name to your money, when you greet it with warmth, you shift its energy from resistance to obedience, from avoidance to companionship. You are no longer saying, "I want money," as though it were some vague, faceless ghost. You are saying, "I welcome you, prosperity. I cherish you, abundance. I honor you, freedom." By naming it, you define your bond with it, and in that act, you place yourself as the master conductor of its flow. The mind is telepathic. It sends signals, not only to other minds but to energy itself. Each thought is a transmission into the field, and money, being energy, feels your transmissions. When you think of money as something scarce, as something that runs from you, you broadcast abandonment, and money obliges by hiding. But when you think of money as an ally, when you call it by name and speak to it as you would a trusted companion, your transmission shifts. You radiate acceptance, and money has no choice but to accept your invitation. It comes closer, it lingers, it multiplies. There are those who live in fear of calling money, as if the act of naming it is arrogance. But what is arrogance if not believing that you must struggle for something the universe has already placed in your path? To call money by name is not arrogance, it is reverence. You are acknowledging the intelligence of the field, the responsiveness of life. You are saying, "I am aware that I live in a responsive universe, and I choose to engage with it consciously." This act awakens dormant channels. Doors that were invisible begin to appear, and you find yourself aligned with opportunities that seem to come from nowhere. Yet they do not come from nowhere, they come from the everywhere. From the infinite supply that is always present, awaiting the command of your vibration. Consider how you have been trained to speak about money. Perhaps you have heard phrases such as, "Money is hard to earn." "Money doesn't grow on trees." "Rich people are greedy." These words are spells, incantations cast without awareness, and they block the flow. The universe does not decide what is true for you. It simply reflects what you broadcast. So if you continually speak words of lack, if you never address money with respect, if you treat it like a stranger, the field echoes that belief and keeps it distant. But when you rewrite the script, when you speak of money as faithful, abundant, loyal, and alive, the universe has no choice but to mirror your declaration. So I invite you now to choose a name for your money. Perhaps you call it grace. Perhaps you call it freedom. Perhaps you call it golden river, or light, or simply friend. Whatever name you choose, let it resonate in your heart. Then begin to address it daily. When you receive even the smallest coin, whisper to it, "Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Golden River, for flowing into my hands." When you pay a bill, say, "I send you forth abundance, to bless another, knowing you return to me multiplied." This transforms every financial act into a ritual of power, a sacred exchange between you and the living field of wealth. And as you continue to speak to money by name, something miraculous unfolds. You begin to feel that money hears you. You begin to sense its presence before it arrives. Like the sound of footsteps approaching from down the hall. You become so attuned to its energy that opportunities present themselves at just the right moment. A thought arises to call a friend, and that call leads to a door opening. An idea flashes, and that idea blooms into revenue. You begin to notice how responsive money truly is, because you have made it personal. You have called it forth, and it has answered. To live this way is to live in mastery. No longer do you beg. No longer do you fear. No longer do you shrink. You know who you are, a being of infinite connection to the source, an extension of divine intelligence itself. And as such, money must obey you. It cannot resist the authority of one who speaks in the frequency of love and certainty. That is why naming your money is so potent. It anchors your authority. It reminds you that you are the one directing energy, not the other way around. And when doubts arise, and they will, when your old conditioning whispers, "This is foolish, this is silly," remember this truth: doubt is only the echo of the past. It is not reality. Reality is created in this moment, by the words you speak, by the frequency you broadcast. So when doubt comes, call your money louder. Address it with even more love. Say, "I know you are near prosperity. I know you are faithful. I know you are flowing toward me now." Doubt cannot withstand such certainty. It dissolves, and in its place grows an unshakable faith. You are not separate from the riches of the universe. The rivers that flow, the wind that moves, the stars that burn. All of it belongs to you because you belong to it. There is no separation. Money is simply one of the rivers of this great abundance, and when you call it by name, you dip your hands into its stream. You do not need to wait for permission. You do not need to earn worthiness. You are worthy because you exist. You are worthy because you are consciousness made flesh, and the whole universe delights in supplying your needs and desires. So rise up in your speech. Rise up in your words. Do not whisper to money in shame, but call it boldly. Call it joyfully, call it with the authority of one who knows. Speak to it in the morning when you wake. Speak to it when you see others prospering. Speak to it when you touch even the smallest amount in your hand. Call it by name until it feels as natural as calling a beloved family member. And watch how quickly the energy rearranges itself, how swiftly new channels of flow appear, how faithfully money comes to meet the call of your voice. This is not wishful thinking. This is the law of the field. The universe is vibrational, and vibration responds to vibration. You are the broadcaster, the transmitter, the sender of signals, and your words are the clearest signals of all. That is why sacred texts have always said, "In the beginning was the Word," because the Word is power. The Word is creation. The Word is command. And when you speak the Word over your money, when you call it by name, you command creation itself to align with your prosperity. Do not wait for evidence to believe. Believe first and evidence will rush to appear. This is the secret so many overlook. They demand proof before faith, yet proof is always born from faith. When you call money by name, when you feel its presence even before you see it, you are demonstrating faith, and faith is the magnet that pulls reality into form. So call now. Call in the silence of your mind. Call in the privacy of your room. Call in the midst of your work. Call with joy. Call with reverence. Call with certainty. Let your money know that you recognize it, that you honor it, that you welcome it as part of your life. And soon, very soon, you will look around and see that what once felt distant is now abundant. What once felt scarce is now overflowing. What once seemed like a dream is now your living reality. Money is listening even now, more attentively than you might imagine. It is not far, it is not hidden, it is not reluctant. It is waiting for your voice. It is like a loyal companion that has stood outside your door, hearing you complain that no one ever visits, yet never hearing you say, "Come in. I welcome you." How can money know it is invited unless you call it by name? How can it find its seat at your table if you have not pulled out the chair? The moment you give it recognition, the moment you speak to it with the warmth of invitation, it enters, not as a thief, but as a guest of honor. And the more you celebrate it, the more it returns with friends, multiplying, expanding, growing, flowing in endless waves. We are vibrational beings living in a vibrational universe. Your emotions are frequencies. Your thoughts are frequencies. Your words are frequencies. Everything you declare reverberates through the unseen field and returns to you in form. This is why careless speech about money creates chaos, why resentment of bills creates burden, why fear of lack creates more lack. Every time you speak to money in complaint, you close the door on its flow. But every time you speak to it in love, every time you say its name with gratitude, you open 1,000 doors in 1,000 unseen realms. Doors that lead to opportunities, blessings, divine appointments, and surprises beyond anything you could logically orchestrate. Imagine walking into a garden filled with countless flowers. But instead of watering them, you curse them for not blooming fast enough. What would happen? They would wither. The garden of money is the same. If you water it with neglect, complaint, or indifference, it shrinks. But if you call it by name, if you speak to it as though it were your cherished companion, you water it with life. Suddenly, shoots of green appear, blossoms unfold, and harvests rise before your very eyes. There is a secret rhythm to life that those who prosper understand, though many cannot put it into words. It is the rhythm of calling forth what is unseen as though it were already here. It is the rhythm of naming, praising, affirming, and loving what you desire until it manifests. The wealthy do this naturally. They do not curse money, they respect it. They speak of it as though it were abundant, flowing, faithful, and it becomes so. You, too, can join this rhythm. You can speak to money with tenderness and certainty, until its presence becomes as natural as the air you breathe. But there is more. When you call your money by name, you not only draw it into your life, you heal your relationship with it. For so many, money is tied to guilt, shame, fear, and resentment. They inherited these vibrations from their families, from their culture, from society's endless stories of lack. They were taught to see money as elusive or dangerous, and so money mirrored that belief. But calling your money by name breaks the curse. It rewrites the story. It transforms money from an enemy into a friend, from a stranger into a beloved partner. It reprograms your subconscious, dissolving old patterns, awakening new pathways of abundance. The subconscious mind does not argue with you. It simply accepts the words you feed it, and goes to work shaping reality around them. So when you speak of money as if it were untrustworthy, your subconscious aligns with scarcity. But when you call your money by name, and speak to it with loyalty and joy, your subconscious aligns with prosperity. And because your subconscious communicates directly with the universe, with the infinite field of intelligence, the results must manifest. There is no possibility of failure when you are consistent, for the law is absolute. What you impress upon the inner will be expressed in the outer. So let us impress upon the inner a new story. Say it now within yourself. My money is faithful. My money is alive. My money is my friend. My money flows to me endlessly. My money hears my call. My money always returns to me multiplied. Speak these words not as a hope but as a truth already in motion. Feel the vibration of your voice ripple through the field. Feel the magnetic pull of your words, shaping the unseen substance of wealth, arranging it into the forms you most desire. Unexpected income, financial freedom, new opportunities, open doors, streams of supply. If you wish, You may even write a letter to your money, addressing it as though it were a cherished companion. Tell it how much you appreciate it, how safe you feel in its presence, how you welcome it to grow and expand in your life. Place that letter where you can see it daily, and each time you look at it, whisper the name you have chosen for your money. This ritual is not about superstition, it is about vibration. Every act of recognition sends waves into the field, and the field always responds. Do not underestimate the simplicity of this practice. The human mind often believes power must come from complexity, from struggle, from effort. Yet the universe delights in simplicity. Just as a seed effortlessly becomes a tree without struggle, so too does your call to money bear fruit without strain. The moment you align with the vibration of love and recognition toward your money, the channels of supply widen, and manifestation accelerates. Think of the miracles that unfold when you treat money as alive. Suddenly, your spending becomes an act of joy rather than fear. For you know that what you release will return multiplied. Suddenly, your saving becomes an act of love, for you are nurturing your companion, rather than hoarding in distrust. Suddenly, your giving becomes an act of expansion, for you know that by blessing others, you bless yourself. Every interaction with money becomes sacred, because you are no longer blind to its living essence. And as you deepen this practice, you begin to notice something even greater. Your entire relationship with the universe transforms. For money is only one form of energy. When you learn to call it by name, you also learn to call health by name, love by name, opportunities by name, joy by name. You realize that all of life is waiting for you to address it personally, to command it with certainty, to welcome it with gratitude. The universe is not withholding, it is waiting for your voice. So what shall you call your money? Will you name it prosperity, so that every time you greet it, you are affirming prosperity in your life? Will you call it freedom, so that every time it comes, you are reminded of your expanding freedom? Will you call it light, reminding yourself that money is not dark or corrupt, but radiant and divine? Whatever name you choose, let it carry meaning. Let it vibrate with love, let it anchor you in certainty. And each time you speak that name, feel it not as empty words, but as a summoning. See your money as a loyal companion rushing to your side, eager to serve, eager to expand, eager to fulfill the desires of your heart. Let the name ignite an image in your mind of overflowing accounts, of debts dissolved, of opportunities abundant, of generosity flowing through you to bless the world. Hold that vision as though it were already true, for in the unseen, it is already done. The laws of manifestation do not bend for anyone. They are absolute. They respond to vibration, to words, to belief. And when you align all three, when you believe in your money, when you call it by name, when you feel it alive, you create inevitability. Wealth is no longer a question of if, but when. It becomes not a chase but a certainty. And the more you honor this truth, the faster it appears in your reality. Your money wants to be close to you, but it cannot come where it is not honored. It cannot stay where it is not welcomed. If you constantly complain about it, speak poorly of it, or see it as a burden, it will slip from your hands like water through clenched fists. But if you call it by name, if you speak to it with reverence, if you treat it like the loyal and willing energy it is, then it will never leave you. It will circle you, grow with you, multiply for you, because energy flows where love is given. There is something extraordinary that happens when you call your money by name. It becomes your ally in creating reality. Think of this. Every thought you think is broadcast into the infinite field. But when you speak aloud, when you call money with your voice, the vibration is amplified 1,000-fold. The air carries your sound, your intention, your conviction. The unseen substance of the universe vibrates with your words, rearranging itself to match the frequency you have declared. This is why you must not whisper lack but proclaim abundance. This is why you must not curse your money but bless it. The moment you assign it a name and call it, you make it real, tangible, present in your energy field. Many will laugh at this practice, because they do not understand that the invisible creates the visible. They will say, "How can speaking to money change anything?" Yet they fail to see that everything they currently live was once invisible, once only a thought, a word, a vibration. Their home was once an idea. Their career was once a choice. Their relationships were once vibrations in the unseen. To speak to money is to plant a seed in the invisible garden. And the one who continues to water that seed with faith will one day harvest a field overflowing with abundance. So do not concern yourself with the opinions of those who live in scarcity. They are simply repeating the spells they were taught. You are breaking the chain. You are rewriting the story. You are the one who dares to speak to money with reverence, to call it by name as a friend, to welcome it into your life as naturally as you welcome love, breath, or sunlight. And because you dare, because you are bold, the universe must respond. Now understand this, money is not only listening, it is responding. Even now, as you hear these words, there are opportunities stirring, doors unlocking, alignments forming, channels of wealth opening. Invisible currents are moving in your favor, preparing to deliver what you have called forth. You may not see the movement yet, but you will feel the shifts. New ideas, sudden inspirations, unexpected connections, divine timing. Do not dismiss these as coincidences. They are the evidence that your call has been heard. They are the first whispers of your money drawing near. When you begin to sense this, lean into it. Speak louder. Speak more often. Call your money as if you already see it, already touch it, already live in the abundance it brings. Let your words overflow with gratitude, for gratitude is the magnet that pulls blessings with speed. Say to your money, "I am so grateful you are here. I am so grateful you multiply for me. I am so grateful for your faithfulness." Gratitude collapses the waiting time between desire and manifestation, because it tells the universe, "This is already mine." And the universe delivers. If you have ever longed for financial freedom, know that it begins not with numbers, not with work, not with effort. It begins with vibration. And vibration begins with words. Call your money by name and speak as though freedom is already yours. And you will feel freedom settle into your bones long before it arrives in form. And because you have felt it, because you have believed it, the form must appear. This is the law. Every day is a chance to deepen this practice. In the morning, as soon as you wake, call your money. Say its name with joy. As you go about your day, whisper to it in your mind, "I know you are here, my faithful friend. I know you are flowing toward me now." At night, before sleep, thank it for all it has done, thank it for all it is bringing. Thank it for multiplying as you rest. This rhythm creates momentum, and momentum creates manifestation. Do not think that you must struggle for years to see results. The field does not operate by time the way you do. A shift in vibration can open a channel instantly. What you have struggled for in years can appear in weeks, in days, in moments, when you align fully with this practice. Your money is not far. It is simply waiting for your recognition. It is waiting for your invitation. It is waiting for its name to be spoken with love. And when you finally witness the fruits of this practice, when the checks arrive, when the opportunities unfold, when the wealth multiplies, you will know it was never chance. You will know it was your words, your vibration, your faith, your willingness to call money by name that made the unseen become seen. And then you will never again doubt the power of your voice. You will never again treat money as distant. You will know that money is alive, faithful, and obedient to your call. And the beauty of this realization is that it frees you from fear. No longer do you panic at bills, because you know money will answer when you call. No longer do you fear the future, because you know money will always find its way to you. No longer do you chase, because you know what you call must come. Fear is replaced by certainty, struggle is replaced by flow, scarcity is replaced by abundance. So stand tall in this truth. You are not a beggar of money, you are its master. You are not chasing wealth, you are summoning it. You are not hoping for provision. You are commanding it by the authority of your words. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes, until one day you realize you no longer need to remind yourself. You are living in abundance as easily as you live in air. The energy of money is woven into the fabric of your being, for you were never meant to live in lack. Scarcity is not your natural state. It is a distortion, a shadow formed from generations of fear and misunderstanding. Abundance is the truth, and calling your money by name is the way you realign with that truth. It is the act of peeling back the illusion and stepping into remembrance. You remember that you are a creator, not a victim. You remember that you are a conductor of energy, not a beggar at the gates of fate. You remember that the universe is responsive, alive, and generous, and money is but one of its many ways of expressing love to you. Let us go deeper. Every vibration you emit interacts with the quantum field. Science now affirms what mystics have always known, that consciousness creates reality. The field is not passive, it is intelligent, aware, and ever responsive. When you call your money by name, you are not merely uttering sounds into the air. You are instructing the quantum field to rearrange itself in your favor. You are collapsing possibilities into probabilities, probabilities into certainties. You are summoning the threads of reality to weave a tapestry that matches your command. Money is telepathic because energy is telepathic. Have you not noticed how when you worry about lack, bills seem to multiply? When you fear not having enough, unexpected expenses arise. And when you feel abundant, opportunities arrive effortlessly. This is not coincidence. It is telepathic resonance. The energy of money is attuned to your vibration. It feels what you feel. It mirrors what you broadcast. To call your money by name is to broadcast clarity, certainty, and intimacy. It is to send a signal into the field that says, "This energy belongs with me, it recognizes me, it is faithful to me." And the field cannot help but respond accordingly. There is great wisdom in naming, for naming makes the unseen intimate. When a child is born, we give it a name so that it may be recognized, loved, and called forth into individuality. When you name your money, you are birthing a new relationship. You are saying, "I see you. I know you. You are not distant. You are mine." And just as a child responds to the sound of its name, your money responds to the call of yours. Think of how the vibration of a name carries power. If someone you love calls your name across a crowded room, you turn instantly, without hesitation. Their voice pierces through the noise, because it carries both recognition and affection. The same is true of money. When you speak its chosen name with affection, it recognizes your vibration and rushes to you. It cannot ignore the voice of love. It cannot resist the call of recognition. This practice also awakens a deeper truth within you. You begin to feel that money has personality, that it has spirit, that it has loyalty. You begin to sense its presence as something alive, not dead. You begin to experience a companionship with money that dissolves loneliness, dissolves fear, dissolves struggle. You no longer chase, it comes. You no longer worry, it stays. You no longer feel abandoned, you feel supported, always. As this relationship deepens, you will notice synchronicities that defy logic. You will think of something you wish to buy, and unexpectedly, the money appears. You will feel the urge to take a certain step, and that step leads to an open door. You will speak to your money in gratitude, and almost immediately, a new channel of flow reveals itself. This is not magic in the childish sense. It is the natural law of a conscious universe responding to conscious engagement. Some may say this is imagination, but understand that imagination is the blueprint of reality. Nothing exists in your world that did not first exist in imagination. Your home, your city, every invention, every creation. Once invisible, once a thought. Imagination is not fantasy, it is causation. When you call your money by name, you are engaging imagination with authority. You are no longer wishing, you are directing. You are no longer hoping, you are commanding. And the field obeys. Now, let us speak of emotion. When you call your money by name, Do not do so with desperation, for desperation repels. Speak with joy, with gratitude, with playful certainty. Let it feel as natural as calling a beloved into the room. If you call with fear, you affirm lack. But if you call with love, you affirm abundance. The vibration of love is the highest frequency, and money is irresistibly drawn to it. To love your money is to open the floodgates of its flow. Do not be afraid to speak to it often. Speak to it as you would a friend walking by your side. Thank it for arriving. Bless it as it leaves to bless another. Praise it when you see it, even in the hands of others. For when you bless the money of others, you affirm abundance for yourself. Every act of recognition expands the field of flow. Every word of blessing multiplies your harvest. And as you continue, you will notice your identity shifting. You will no longer identify as someone who struggles with money, but as someone who walks with money, who commands money, who is supported by money. This identity shift is crucial, for reality always matches identity. You cannot live in wealth while clinging to the identity of poverty. But when you call your money by name, you rewrite your self-image. You become the wealthy one, the abundant one, the master of flow. And reality bends to mirror that image. Do not wait until the evidence is overwhelming to believe. Believe now, in the unseen stage of manifestation. Call your money as though it were already yours, and it will be. Trust the law. Trust the field. Trust your voice. For the one who dares to speak with certainty commands the universe, and the universe delights in obeying certainty. And so I say again, call your money by name. Do not delay. Do not doubt. Begin today. Choose a name that resonates with your heart, and let that name become the bridge between you and infinite supply. Speak it in the morning. Speak it in the night. Speak it in gratitude. Speak it in love. And watch, as the loyal companion of wealth walks into your life, and never leaves your side. Money is not an object to be chased, feared, or resented. It is a living current of energy, responsive to your vibration, loyal to your recognition, eager to serve your highest expression. When you call your money by name, you transform it from a distant abstraction into a faithful companion. You heal the fractures of lack, dissolve the shadows of fear, and awaken the truth that abundance is not outside of you. It is born within you, summoned by your word, commanded by your certainty. You are the voice the universe listens to. You are the broadcaster of frequency. You are the one who writes the script of your financial reality. No government, no employer, no circumstance holds that power unless you hand it to them. The authority has always been yours, and the moment you choose to speak it forth, to honor money, to name it, to call it, you step into that authority fully. Let your life from this moment forward be a testimony to the simplicity and power of this practice. Let every interaction with money be a ritual of love and recognition. Let every bill be a reminder of circulation, every coin a symbol of loyalty, every note a messenger of abundance. Let your voice echo through the unseen, declaring, "My money is faithful. My money knows my name. My money is alive. And it serves me well." And as you live this way, you will discover that money is never the destination, but the companion on your journey. It flows to you not so you may cling to it, but so you may create, expand, give, and bless. It comes to amplify your life, to express through you, to circulate endlessly in the dance of abundance. When you know this, fear vanishes, struggle dissolves, and freedom is born. So rise, speak with certainty, call your money by name, and live in the knowing that it will never turn away from you. For the universe rewrites itself in response to your words, and your words declare clarity. You are wealthy, you are abundant, you are free.